All right, 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everyone? This is another Digital 262 production. You are listening to Elite Talk.
Let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? To another episode of Elite Talk. We're here with my man G.
What's going on, King?
What's going on, brother?
Chilling, man. Trying to stay out the way, that's all.
Yeah, man. And in this corner, we got my man TJ.
What's going on, my beautiful people? How's everybody doing out there?
Yeah, man. Yeah, looking good, man. I like you guys got some swag on today, man. I like that.
Little graham cracker, you know.
This something light, man. I ain't nothing, man. It's something light.
So, yeah, man, this today, you know, I woke up. There was some really bad news today, man. I heard about the rapper, the Takeoff, right?
Yeah.
That passed away recently, man, and that really sucks, man, because I really like the Migos, man.
Yeah, he was the best one, man.
You think he was the best one?
Yeah, and I'm not even riding on the train.
Yeah.
Like for years, I've been telling people that Takeoff he has the original Migos flow.
Yeah.
You know? He has the flow, his voice, just everything. So it's unfortunate to see him pass, man.
Yeah.
And it's ironic because he always talks about NASA and take off with the rocket, but he literally died in Houston, where those are the headquarters of. It's just life sometimes can be just so poetic, man. Yeah. But it's unfortunate. I hate just waking up and, you know, I was like, I'm gonna wait till TMZ confirms this before I get in my feelings, and they did, and it was unfortunate, man. I hate seeing that.
It was, man. It was pretty bad.
It's sad, man. And it's just not him. It's been all these rappers out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like you taking a life for what? Or, you know, what are you showing off of that, man?
Yeah.
Like, let people do them. You know, you why we got to hide behind a gun or hide behind a weapon, man. It's just sad, bro. I mean, I know it's been a couple of days or weeks or whatever since, you know, we got the news on this or whatever, but it's just still sad because I feel like you just can't walk the earth and, you know, be, you know, great. Walking the earth without watching your back, man. Yeah. That just hurt, man.
And they were into it too. They had broken up and everything. Yeah. And I know that every Migos fan was kind of hoping that they'd reconcile and come together. But
back together,
those brothers, there was an opportunity for that before. But now that Takeoff passed, I mean, that'll never happen again. Those brothers really can't be older and really reflect on like their success. Like, damn, like, we came out with Bad and Bougie. We came out with all these hits, and let's give ourselves flowers and really reflect on our success.
Yeah.
And that's really unfortunate, man, because that's what every man lives for, is to have a legacy and to be successful in life. Yeah. And it's just sad that they can never fulfill that.
Pretty much like, I don't want to say the Migos died with trauma or like something bad or whatever. It's just like the Migos, it ended not on good terms.
Yeah.
Like nobody came together and said, you know, what y'all was going through, bro, my bad. Now you land this man to rest with bad blood. That's terrible. And that just goes to show, you know, and this is just a message, man. If y'all got anything against your brother, it says in the Bible, man, you got to ought against your brother, go to your brother and reconcile it. Get it together, get it fixed. Because at the end of the day, you don't know when it's somebody's last day. Yeah. And that's just truly from the heart, man, because it sucks. Like, you know, we leave here, you know, after doing this recording, and we don't even know if we're going to see each other again.
Yeah.
And that can hurt. And I shall not sit up here and be mad at my brother because something we did or whatever situation may be. You know, if we get into it, we're going to come together and be like, look, okay, whatever it is. And if we shake up and say my bad and keep it pushing, let's do that.
Let's do it.
As long as we fix it and let's move to the next, man.
Yeah. So, it's a very unfortunate, man. So, rest in peace, Takeoff from the Migos, man.
Absolutely.
And, most definitely.
Yeah. Well, let's move on from there. I want to give a shout out to my man, Carol. He has a YouTube channel, Zay and Jay.
Hilarious. Oh my God,
man. It's funny stuff. Did you guys get a chance to see it?
Yeah, I watched the one where he came home and basically told her, you know, he was on some Usher type confessions. You know, he had another woman pregnant and stuff, and that was hilarious. I would never do that in a relationship. Yeah, but I mean, it was nice to watch, and it was pure comedy, man.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
He's a character, and not even outside of that, man. Intellectually, I'm saying that right? I'm saying that word right? You know, I ain't as lyrical as Lambert. I feel like we like the modern day low class amigos, bro.
Why we got to be low class though, man? We stay in our lane. We do podcasts. They rap. I mean, it's.
I think it's like we did like a podcast amigos or something. I don't know. Amigos. You know what I mean?
Even the amigos. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like Larry, he got the words and all that. Anyways. But I was saying though, Xavier, dog, he actually got a good head on the shoulders, man. Yeah. Like we done had multiple conversations where for him to be the age he is, young man, and he got a good head. So, we in progress of talking about him being a special. I think he might be the first special guest.
Yeah, he should be. It'll be definitely appropriate.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get him through so we can go ahead and get him on these mics and see what's going on inside them dreads.
Yeah. Well, check his channel out, man. I'll put a link, a description to his channel on the bottom of. As a matter of fact, if you go to our YouTube channel, there is a section where it says "Friends of Indie Talk," and his link will pop up. But I'll also add it to the description of this video.
Yeah,
so you guys gotta check it out. It's funny stuff, so you guys gotta check it out.
Yeah, we all can eat, man. It's all about putting people on and putting people in positions. Not saying we're putting him on, but we have the same common goal, and we all want to reach that level. So we're all gonna do that for each other.
Yeah,
man. So,
I'm gonna say this if we can go to the next. Hey, he actually putting us on. He gonna laugh when he hear this, but he putting us on. He the man. Yeah, big bank.
Oh yeah. Take little bank.
All right, gentlemen. So today we got a very special, pretty important program, a pretty important discussion, and we're gonna talk about success. What defined success? Since I wanted to bring up that subject because success, it's one thing that men strive for every day, whether it be legal or illegal, whether it be success in the family, success in your home front, your job. There's many different types of success, but we're going to talk about what success is and what defines a man's success.
Absolutely.
And I want to hear from you guys about your history with trying to achieve a certain goal. What does success mean? DJ, I want to start with you. What's success to you?
Well, I think success is pretty much relative to everybody. Everyone has a different definition, but my specific definition of success, man, I want to be financially, to me, I always wanted to be financially good. I always wanted to be able to live the life that I want to live. I want to be able to not worry about money. If I wanted to travel, I can travel. If I wanted to buy things, I can buy things. Yeah. Financially, like I've always had goals, and I'm only 32 years old, but I mean I'm on a good track right now. But I'm not done yet. But as far as like success, mentally, I want my mind to be right. I want to be in a good. I want to have a good emotional template. I want to be able to make the best decisions to set myself up for success, and that includes taking care of your mind. Reading books more. Being more intellectual, having meaningful, intentional conversations with people around you, being aware of your surroundings, just having an entire emotional IQ of yourself is a level of success as well, even though it's on a smaller scale. Spiritually, I mean, I got to be right spiritually. Like I got to wake up. I do believe in God. I'm a God-fearing man. And God, he's literally the reason why I'm successful. Because I put him first, and I give all praise, all high to the Lord, my Lord and Savior. So just meditating, because especially where we work, man, you got to have your chakras right. You got to have a right perspective, and your spirit has to be really right. So I feel like when your spirit's right and your heart's right, you make good decisions which align you to be successful.
Absolutely.
My family. I want my family to be good. I come from a really good family. I'm blessed from both of my parents, my brothers, everyone. And they helped me along the way, whether it was my parents financially helping me before I got to that level, and my brothers just giving me inspiration. I remember everything, man. I remember back to the days I didn't have anything. Yeah. So success to me is like when I get to a certain level, ensuring that my family's good. Yeah. If I want to take my mom out to dinner, or if I want to buy my mom a house one day, or even my dad, get him a car, or, help my brothers at school. Yeah. To me, I equate that with being successful as well. Yeah. Because it's like me and my brother we go out to a bar, or whatever, and I'm out here shining, I'm looking good, and he's down broke, looking bad. Am I really successful? No, because if I'm sitting at the table and I'm eating and I'm feasting, getting fat, and everyone else around me is starving, and they're looking at me, waiting for scraps, like a dog sitting there waiting for something to drop. To me, you're not really successful. Success is when you put people in position, put people on, because we didn't all have it. You look at the higher ups, you look at Diddy, you look at big moguls, Jay-Z, you look at Musk, you look at all these individuals that are successful. Somebody put them in position. We're not born having it all. Life is all about relationships and building those relationships and putting people on and creating more leaders, building more leaders. To me, that's really an important one. It's creating more leaders and putting people on and watching people thrive, because that truly makes the world go round.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then another level of success for me is my children just being healthy and thriving and doing well, because when I leave, when I'm long and gone, they're my legacy at the end of the day. And you can know a lot about the impact that you had as a parent based on the success and alignment of your children. So to me, those are just my definitions of success. Just living a beautiful life, having beautiful taste, being in beautiful situations, being at peace, being able to go to sleep at night and have your soul be at peace, and also being able to wake up in the morning and being able to, no matter how it goes down, I could look myself straight in the mirror and be proud of the man that I am.
Success can have a very broad definition. I mean,
so many avenues. Like I said, it's relative, because your definition of success, it could be the same as mine, but it's gonna, for the most part, it's gonna be different. Your definition of success is gonna be different as well. So I mean, we all have to define what that is and really pursue that wholeheartedly, because that fulfills us. Every man, you ask the goal of every man, what is your goal? Every man is like, I want to be successful. I want to have a legacy. When I'm gone, I want people to be like, damn, he did the damn thing. You know, that's success to me.
That's interesting. But G, let me ask you, what's your definition of success?
My definition, my brother said it, having God first. You know, I'm a God-fearing man, you know, and I pray, I thank God for waking me up. That's the first part of success, is actually waking up in the morning. Because in order for you to actually strive throughout the day, you have to wake up. And he's the one that gives you that breath. He said, I'm going to give you one more time. And then, you know, pretty much providing for my son, providing for the household, working hard, putting in the time, putting in the effort, you know, doing what I have to do to make sure that my house eats, make sure that my son is fed, make sure that, you know, bills are paid, you know, car notice. That's a part of business. It don't always got to be where you got to have so much money. Success can be just living, and just living right, and just thanking God for what He put in your life, because that's a success. My son is a success. You know what I mean? And one thing I learned growing up is, and my brother said it, how him and his people, you know, and his family taught him that, and how what was taught to me is that me being more successful is being better than my parents, pushing better than them, or them help pushing me, regardless of the fact it is just another level that I'm trying to reach from what they did. And Medea said it and I like to revert to different things, because I hear different things and I take notes off of it. And I think it was like Big Happy Family, the movie, I believe. And one of the guys was just like, Medea told this guy, like, don't be like your dad, be better than your dad. And that hit me hard. And the reason it hit me hard, because it's like, man, let me be better than him. And I'm not saying like, I'm not putting him down at all, but I want to be better than him. I want to be better than my grandfather, God rest his soul, and my great grandfather, God rest his soul. That's working hard to achieve a goal is success. And that's the thing about it. We got to work, and we got to put in, you know, 10 toes down to the ground, you know, cement, like this podcast is, we trying to work for this to be super successful, and it's being successful. You know what I'm saying? We putting in time for it. Putting in time to do things is success.
Yeah. I look at success very, when I look at it from the outside, to me, success is it's a very complicated thing to kind of put into words. I take a very humble approach to success. Me coming from I come from Puerto Rico, where it's considered an ordinary area in Puerto Rico was considered the slum area of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And I set this bar up for me, and I think I will never reach that bar. And let me tell you why. Because whenever I get close to reaching that bar, I always set it up a little higher.
Yeah.
You always set it up a little higher. So is success, and that's the question I want to ask you guys, is success something that's realistic? Because to me, success means you made it to your end point, your end game. You made it success. This is what you were trying to do. But to me, you can never make it to that because you always have to raise it. Look at Elon Musk, for example.
Yeah.
Bill Gates. When you look at those guys, you look at monetary success. They're rich. They made it to that. But they're always striving to do more.
Yeah.
More. Even rappers, and I think it was Soulja Boy that I saw him on an interview with one of the DJs.
Yeah.
And one of the DJs asked him, because one of the DJs asked him, "You have a business?" And he started talking about his business. And then one of the other DJs, I'm sure you guys seen it, asked him, "Why do you have so many businesses?"
Yeah.
You remember that
question?
Yeah. Crazy question.
Right. Why? The question is, why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't I? Right. But the thing is that he's trying to make more. So he was already in our view, he's already successful because he opened up his business. He was very successful, but he's trying to do more. So his success is something that's actually realistic.
Yeah. That's how your success gets taken away when you get complacent. So for him having all those avenues, I mean, we live in a world now, we have to have at least a minimum 3 to 4 levels of income in order to even live these days. So, I seen that video. I was like, man, are you crazy? Like,
that was a crazy question.
Why are you knocking this black man because he has multiple businesses? Right. Everyone should strive for that, whether it's real estate, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's certain investments that you want to get into. Everyone should be trying to pursue that. But to answer your question, I feel like it is attainable because, like we both were kind of discussing earlier. You got to be better than the ones who precede you. I want to be better than my dad.
Exactly.
I want to be better than my grandpa. I want to be better than his father. I want when it's all said and done, I want the family tree to be an upward projection.
Right.
Yeah, I want my son to be better than me. It's all about just elevation. We have to advance our family tree constantly. So I already know me. I know I'm a hustler. I know I'm going to get it. I already know I'm going to take it to a level, and I know I'm going to set goals that I'm going to be successful in and attain. But it's like once I attain that, then what? It's like I have to keep pushing. To me, that's literally like it defines success because you got to keep reinventing yourself and keep going to another level. So I definitely think it's attainable, but you have to keep it pushing. You have to keep elevating and keep setting the bar high for whoever is up next, in your family.
I was just thinking of this when he was saying that success is actually having more.
More?
If that makes sense.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is
Access. Or not access, excess.
Like an excess, like having more of, well, explain.
More of what you need.
It's more of what you need.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so like what I do is, like I do have a normal job, right? But then I do Lyft or I do Spark driver for Walmart or is another one, Amazon Flex, right?
Yeah.
And it's to kind of have more money. Having more money is a part of success, right? So what I do is I'm teaching my son, like he goes out with me and he does this stuff with me. So I'm kind of showing him part of my success of having more money is actually showing him. Yeah. Because he said it earlier when we trying to build leaders, right? And building a leader is actually showing somebody else of what you know, the knowledge that you know. Because then if y'all manage to be on the same level or you may, be a little bit higher than me, but I know a little bit of what you do, we can still move together because what I know, what you know, we put it together. Now we can more elevate even more. Yeah. So by me showing my son, this is what I do. Hey, I go to work. We going to do this. It's showing him, hey, my dad is striving to be successful, to have more. Even if it sometimes it don't got to be money. When I do Lyft, I let people know about the podcast. I tell them, hey, listen to this. I don't know who I'm picking up or who I can run into. Yeah. It can be an executive that say, oh, really? And they listen to it, then they reach out and say, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So that's a part of being success is communication. We can revert back to that. It's communicating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just having more when it comes down to me a little bit of being successful.
I see what you're saying, but let me throw something. Let me tell me guys what you think about this. We define success, and let's talk culturally. You know, us, you know, as black men, how do we define success? Because I was taught that success is what I saw on TV. We see on television, or when we go see the doctor, or we got lawyers or judges or, you know, police officers, firemen. We see them as success, you know. But as an African American man, a man of color, you know, what to us, what are we defined as when we look at success?
You know, it's kind of sad when I seen we were talking about Takeoff earlier.
Yeah,
how he didn't make 30. Years of age. It's so sad to say, but a lot of black men, they say success is being able to live past 25.
Yeah.
Not
That's
getting
sad,
killed.
man. Yeah.
That's a level of success.
That
for
struck
them.
me. Yeah.
And I want to change that narrative because it's like, young black man, you have a lot to live for. We all our lives matter. You know what I mean? We all should be afforded to live and be old men. So everyone wants to live forever. Everyone wants to live young, but to be like, well, I passed 25, man. I never thought I would get to that. So I'm successful now. Like, we got to change the narrative, because once you get past that age, what do you want to do with your life? What type of legacy do you want to leave behind? And you were talking about more. We all have rainy days in life. On those rainy days, I rather have more than less, because I got money put up. If something catastrophic happens, I have the means to still stay on top while still getting it. So I feel like success is like, we put away money for our children to go to school and college. To me, that's success, because some kids didn't have that. They couldn't even go to college. They had to apply for financial aid and do all these things. And I mean, especially like, not in our community. Like, I wish we did that more, but like in the white communities, they make sure their kids are straight. Their schooling is paid for. Every ounce of money they get, they just save it.
They set them up for success.
Yeah, they set their kids up for success. So having more, like you were saying, like I totally agree with that, because I rather have more. I rather have excess, because on those rainy days when I don't have anything, I'm not gonna fall completely flat. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm setting my family up to have more, so that they can pursue and go out and get their family more. Right. You know, it's a cycle, you know.
I got two things with this. And it's crazy, because when my brother said Afro-American men don't you successful when you surpass 25. So I'll give you a backstory about me. And I always try to bring my personal experience, because I want people to know. Yeah. I actually seen myself dead at 25.
Really?
I literally see myself dead at 25.
Yeah.
Like, God,
talk about it.
God actually gave me a dream. Like, he came to me and said, you're going to die at 25. So I told him, I said, well, if I'm going to die at 25, let me have my son at 22. Boom. He gave me my son at 22. So I got super scared. I got super scared.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. So I said, well, if I'm going to die at 25, I want to be with my son for 3 years. At least he know who I am. I seen my funeral and everything. But he came back and said, well, if you come this way or you go that way, pick your choice. He was like, was the Matrix with the, what's in it? He said, you know, take the blue pill or the red pill. It's your choice. So I had to take the correct pill to make sure that I'm 35 now. So that's 10 years. 10 years and my son is 13 now. So I surpassed that. So that's a part of my success. That I surpassed the age of 25. So that's why when he said it, it struck me like, wow, that's a part of my success. And then also in the same token, my second thing is, you know, as black men, we actually taught to struggle. We are taught to struggle. And the crazy thing about it is, I had a guy when y'all don't mind. Anyways, I was a site manager at a security company, and you know, this Caucasian guy, we was just sitting talking, and you know, we was talking about ways of life, and he told me, he said, he said, I don't have a racist bone in my body, but he said, I hate black people.
Yeah.
And I said, what? Right then and I almost punched him. Bro, hold up, time out.
Yeah.
But he said, no, I don't hate black people like that. He said, I hate the way that black people live because y'all are taught to struggle.
Yeah.
This man he had his own house, owned his own house at 20 years old. He got a cabin that he owned at 25.
Yeah.
And owned multiple cars. He said, y'all wasn't taught to actually put up or save at a young age. Y'all wasn't taught that. And I said, man, that's crazy. So at this time now, I try to teach my son that.
Yeah.
That's a part of being successful is to put up.
Yeah.
You want more. You put up. You want more to put up.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, we could use that as a little quote.
And that's a problem with the black community because we were taught that instant gratification is success. And it's not. Success is long term. How are you living 10 years from now, 15, 20 years from now? What do you have to show for?
Yeah.
How is your family living? Like, we see the videos like hip hop culture. They make you feel like you got to be driving a foreign.
Yeah, right.
They make you feel like you got to have all these chains on and you got to be with all these different women and you got to have all this money and do all these things. We look on Instagram, oh, he's traveling here, there. And that's the wrong narrative. Do we all enjoy those things? Absolutely.
Sure.
But that doesn't single-handedly define what success is.
Yeah.
Success is long term.
Yeah.
And I want that narrative to change.
It's an ongoing thing. Success is ongoing. It never stops.
Yeah.
It's like a circle. And we talked about circle in one of our past podcasts about a circle never stops. And I'm gonna use my ring for example. It's flat at the top, but if you look at the inside, it's a circle.
Yeah.
And it don't have a start and it don't have an end point. So once you get into that and once you start to be successful, it's gonna keep going because eventually it's gonna get bigger. It's gonna grow bigger.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bigger. So we have to learn that I got a son. He has daughters. No matter what, if we have a boy or a girl, we want to set them up to be successful.
Absolutely.
We giving them like we talked about before. We giving them the tools. We got tools that we got to give them to help them be successful in life.
Absolutely. You know what? I look at success very differently. And like I said, defining success is a very hard thing to do because it's so broad. But I look at it as in a human perspective. I don't look at success, and this is just me personally. I don't look at success monetarily. How some people think that being successful means you have all this money and all this wealth and riches and whatever. I look at it as in a survival tactic as far as if I'm happy. Right. Yeah. My kids are happy. My kids are well off. My family is good. I consider that success.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I look at a humble approach to it. Like you said, do we want more stuff? Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Who wouldn't? Yeah.
Right. But to me, when I look at what success means to me, to, P-Lo dot, So
I got a question for you real quick.
Yeah.
And I think I used this in one of my last relationships. Would you rather have more food in your house or more money in your pocket?
That's a very, very good question.
Yeah.
And if I look at it very strategically, obviously I want more money in my pocket because I can get more food with money. You know what I mean?
Right.
But having food is actually, it's important. It's actually something that you strive for. Having everything you need.
Yeah.
Being happy. Your children are happy. Yeah. Having children is a success story. Being married is a success story. Yeah. Going after that job that you've always wanted and you compete against it and you beat 5 other people. Yeah. That's a success story. Yeah. Being black in this country and making it. Having a bank account is a success.
Not being behind those bars, that's success.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a real big success.
Not being in a coffin.
Yeah.
Your mama not crying and mourning your death. Like she's watching you live your life.
So success could be determined in so many broad. Yeah. But what do you guys say about you got this man that is at home, and he's down on his luck because he feels that he's not successful. But I think it's very important for us to not only for us, but to people who, counselors and friends of people who are going through things to really define what success is, to actually help this person understand what success is, because like I said, I know people that are under massive depression because they feel they weren't successful. But then you look at them, it's like, man, you got food in your fridge, your kids are good, you have this nice car, you have a great job.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're not successful?
So I had a question for you, P-Lo. Do you think success is based on a person's environment or just strictly who they are? Meaning a lot of especially a lot of black men, they feel like we were destined to be unsuccessful.
Destined to fail.
They feel like the game was designed against us.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing a game that we can't win because of environmental factors, or not having a dad, or not having the resources that our counterparts have.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people would argue, well, yeah, I grew up like that too, with limited resources, but I'm successful because I chose to get off my butt, and I chose to put in that work, and I was determined, I was ambitious, and now I'm at this level. But I'm asking you, do you feel like it's a combination of both, or do you feel like, what do you feel like takes more prominence over?
I think it's a combination of both, but because I feel that success, and I'm gonna make cut right through.
Yeah.
Success is when you define all odds.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
you define all odds, whether it be environmental or whether it be any other thing. If you define all odds, you are successful.
Yeah.
We can't look at it as just monetarily, or we can't look at it as just being looking at environmental issues or material or anything like that.
Yeah.
Define all odds. Being successful as an African American man in this country, we have to really look at what that means and what that is. You say something, going past 25, not being behind bars, having a happy life. To me, that's success.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really love that.
And the crazy thing, when you said that black men are destined to, pretty much fail, I was, a therapist, she a life coach, Ayanna Van Zandt. I actually watch her a lot, good therapist, you know what I'm saying? And she actually, one of her episodes, she said, is a pipeline from birth to jail. And that was deep. I said, a pipeline from birth to jail. What do that mean? And she was talking about black men. She said the thing about it is, when we come out the womb, we already tagged to go to jail. So being successful is busting that pipeline open. Coming out that pipeline and not going to jail. And I'm not saying, going against anybody that's in jail right now. One day, hopefully, whatever they did or whatever they get out, praying for everybody, man, of a success to get out of jail. But it do hurts where we do have that pipeline. So how do we actually help other men be successful? How? And that's a major question. How do we help the next?
I feel like success is a choice.
That's a good one.
I could be out the mud and not have resources, but if my mind sets myself to be successful, I'm going to be successful. Like, you can look at a courtroom, right? Look at a courtroom. There's a black judge. There's a black sheriff or bailiff. And then there's a young black male fighting for his life. You look at these three different men. They have the same upbringing, same disadvantages presented to them, but two of them are successful, and one of them, they're not. Why is that? Because those other two men decided that they were going to be successful, that they weren't going to be products of their environment, that they were going to be bigger than their environment. So I feel like success is wholeheartedly a choice, no matter what odds you're facing.
Exactly.
And it's who you be around too. Like I said earlier,
that's big.
It's who you be around. You don't want to connect yourself to bad energy. Let me say that. Because I don't want to say bad people, because I don't think it's no bad person or bad people. It's just bad energy.
Spirits.
It's spirits. You don't want to, you got to set yourself out like, here, doing this podcast or whatnot. I set myself around good dudes that have good energy so we could be successful in this area.
Men that want more.
Men that want more. So we taking our time out, every single day, time after time, communicating, talking, FaceTime calls, telephone calls, emails, text messages all day long. What's next? What's next? What's next? Because we want more.
Yeah.
We want more. So just being around certain people, and if they're not right for you, if they don't want to be successful, you gotta. I can go back to another, story from high school. I got a guy brother that I used to kick it with. They used to call it sweet and sour because we was always together. We played football. My jersey number was 51. His was number 50. He looked like 50 Cent a little bit. But, coming out of high school, I still kicked it with him, still been around him.
Yeah.
Started smoking and started doing all this drinking and kicking it and partying. And then I just decided that, do I still want that for my life? And this is before my son.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I still want that for my life? And I'm like, in order for me, and I'm not working at Burger King at this time, do I still want to do fast food? Do I still want to do this? So a way for me to say, okay, now where I'm at right at this present time, me being successful is to remove myself from it. And nothing saying of him, of what he done, is just the energy.
Yeah.
Because he's a good person. It's just who he was around.
Yeah.
So I'm taking on the personalities, I'm taking on the spirits of these other people and putting it on me. So I have to remove myself from that energy to be successful.
He wasn't at that level that you strive to be on.
Right.
And I've literally cut family members off. I've literally cut friends off if they weren't doing the same thing that I was doing. You know what I mean? Like greater to or equal to and greater than.
Right.
That's my equation. Like I have to be around individuals who are doing like-minded things.
Yeah.
Their mentality has to be the same as mine. Or they could be better than me. They could be more advanced and I can look up to them. They could drop jewels to me so I can pick them up and apply it to my life.
Yeah.
See certain things that I like from them and cater it to kind of how I want to do it. You know what I mean? But don't be afraid to cut those people off because we talked about before soul ties, as far as like sexual intercourse and stuff like that. But there's soul ties outside of the bedroom as well.
Oh, yeah.
And if that soul tie is inflicting your life and you're having problems advancing because of the behaviors of other people, you need to remove yourself from that situation. And you need to cut that soul tie. And you need to purify yourself and really prioritize what you want to do, while you're on the journey. But whether it's family and people feel bad, they're like, well, that's your family. I'm like, well, yeah, but sometimes family could be the worst.
You have to. Yeah.
They say blood is thicker than water, but water tastes better. You know what I mean? Sometimes your family could be toxic.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can have a black cloud over their head, which kind of prevents you from going to that next level. So you got to be able to recognize that and eliminate every threat that's posed to you on your journey of being successful.
That's a very good point, TJ. And if I can give anybody a bit of advice, and and if I can take anything, because I've learned a lot from you guys today. And if I can give my bit of advice, it would be, I was talking to my kids the other day, my daughters, and we were talking about this, about them going back to school and getting degrees and all that, and actually doing something in their lives that makes them more successful. And my daughter asked me a question, and she's like, "Dad, you know what? But we're Puerto Rican, and we're already living in this country that hates us." And I kind of had to take a step back and think about what she said. And the only thing that I can think about was, telling her, and I want all my, African American men out there, to really pay attention. But, we already understand that we were put in a disadvantage by being born in this country, right?
Yeah.
But one thing about this country is that success is for everyone. We can reach out and grab it. Doesn't matter where you're from. And I kind of give an example as poker. Do you guys ever play poker?
Yeah.
How about you, G? You know poker?
I do like blackjack.
I'm gonna show you how to play poker one day.
Yeah.
Well, in poker, you can be dealt a very bad hand.
Yeah.
The worst hand ever.
Yeah.
But you can still win that game.
Yeah.
You can still win. It all depends on what strategy you choose to play that hand.
Yeah.
And in Puerto Ricans, like I said, we like to play dominoes. We love dominoes.
Yeah.
And dominoes is the same way. Yeah. Well, then in dominoes, you can be dealt the worst.
Right.
Don't take away my black card, but I don't know how to play dominoes.
Well, I'm gonna show you how to play dominoes. But in dominoes, it's just like poker. You get dealt a very bad hand, but depending on what strategy you use, you can still win the game.
Right.
So life is like that. Don't ever think that success is something for the white man or something for the Asian man or something for success is for everyone.
Yeah.
You just have to learn how to play the game and play it right.
Two things. Go ahead, bro.
Well, I was going to add to what you were saying. They say life is 10% of what happens and 90% of how you respond to it.
Yeah.
And that goes into your analogy with the poker.
Yeah.
You can get dealt a terrible hand, but you can change the course of the game.
Yeah.
You can change what happens in your life. You know what I mean? You just have to be diligent, positive, and you have to just be aware.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to get yourself out of the situation.
Yep.
Because if you go into a game already thinking you're going to lose,
Yep, that's
you're going to lose the game.
Exactly.
Have a winner's mindset.
That's a really good point.
And two things on that. Again, we go back to allowing God to lead your life to be successful. And then when you talk about poker and dominoes or whatever, one thing I learned about dominoes, what my dad taught me, is read the board. That's read the board.
That's very true.
So, and what I mean by reading the board is, God is the head of your life. He gives you a direction.
Yep.
Read what he's giving you.
Yes.
And when he gives you that, analyze it. Use the strategy. That's how you become successful.
Yeah.
So if you already know, and a little bit about dominoes, if we want to we're going to use that. I believe how many numbers. I think it's like 6 of each number.
Yeah.
So if is 6-1 and then 6-2 then 6-3. 6-4, 6-5. If you know that you got at least 5 of them or at least 4 of them on the board, it's 2 more out there.
Right.
Yeah.
So read the board because you got to know what avenue to go.
Yeah.
And the thing about dominoes is you're trying to block the next person. And I'm not saying block the next person in life so you could be successful, but it's just you trying to win.
Yeah.
So you pretty much say, okay, let me shut this off so this person can't get it. And I'm not saying again, block the next person. It's just you using your strategy to win the game.
That's the point right there. Strategize.
Yeah.
Everyone can be successful as long as you have a strategy and you have a plan. So take that into consideration. You men out there, strategize in your life. Where do you want to be? And come up with a plan to get there. And I guarantee you will get there.
And I was gonna say too, man, like we were talking about the people that we surround ourselves with. Having a great woman aligns you up for success as well.
Absolutely. That's a good point.
That's a major thing, especially we can't
jumped in my head, bro. I was just going to say that.
We can't do this thing by ourselves. We need a partner that's going to push us and motivate us. You look at Barack Obama.
Yeah.
And that's a very successful man. And why is that? Michelle low-key put him on in so many different ways, and he wouldn't be the man that he is today without her.
Yeah.
Right.
So having a great woman, not being worried about what other people are doing, focusing on that woman and being vulnerable with her, she'll ground you and she'll keep you aligned and keep that train on the tracks for you and just keep it pushing.
Absolutely.
But invest in a great woman, man, because that's big. That's priceless.
That's major.
And
that's going to take you far. That's life or death right there.
Even by me being a single man, and we go back to if we go back to the green flags and red flags, that's a quality right there. A good woman standing behind you, because not only a woman stand behind you to help push you be successful, you're going to help push her be successful.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not a one-fold thing. And women, we're not excluding you from being successful also, because we know there's women out there that struggle with a lot of things too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this predominantly for men right now due to the fact we are, we kind of the lead of a lot, and a lot of people follow us, as just men, and I'm, overall men. So by having a strong woman be behind you, like my brother said, it can go a long way, because if she believes in you, then y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely can go far as long as you believe in her also, because it's a twofold situation.
Absolutely.
As men, we have all the responsibility, to stay afloat, but we have limited options as far as like venting. We fight the world every day. We try to be our family superhero. We fight the world every day. So we want to come home and we want to have that support.
Yeah.
We want you to be, it's like an analogy that I use. Our woman is like a beautiful flower in the garden, and we're the fence that surrounds it. but a woman needs to play that role for her man as well, because not only my magnitude of success is considered like it's judged by society, you know what I mean? But a woman who holds her man down, even when he doesn't have anything, we can uplift each other and be great. And then years go by and we can look and see where we're at. Our kids are successful. Yeah. We have accounts, we have investments. Life is a collaborative process where we can't do it alone. And a great woman, like I know I'm putting a lot of emphasis on this, but it makes a difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It makes a huge difference.
It's very important.
You know, society tries to make it seem like being a playboy is the thing to do, and being with multiple women, that's dead, man.
Yeah.
Like, get you a great woman, invest in a great woman, live forever.
That's a very good point. Thanks for bringing that up. And gentlemen, this has been a very, very great conversation. If any one of you have any comments or questions, I urge you, please write it on the comment section of this video. You can also check us out at www.digital262.com, or you can listen to this podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, whether it's be Pandora, whether it's be Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Google. Just tell Alexa or your Google or your Apple, play Elite Talk with G and TJ, and boom, we're there.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, I'd like to thank you. This has been a very, very interesting, very good conversation. I loved it. Do you guys have any final thoughts? G, we'll start with you.
Well, you already know what I'm gonna do. Failure is success in progress. Failure is success in progress.
Yes.
So I would say I would close out. We asked what was the definition of success. And Pilo, I feel like you nailed it on the head, man. Defy all odds, especially as a black man. Defy all odds. Positions that people didn't think you would be in and you're in, that's a success. Play the game and have a winner's mentality.
Yes.
You know, we face a lot of obstacles in life, but you know, we're strong. We're built for this, and we have to just continue pushing. But be undeniable, and like you said, Pilo, I love that. Defy all odds. That's success right there.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you again for doing this. It's been a great conversation. Again, www.digital262.com. This has been awesome, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you guys on the next podcast.
Peace and love.
Peace.